Hi, everyone. So we are now in the third week of the semester, and this week we're going to actually read the poetry of William Wordsworth, in addition to the poetry from one of his good friends, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and then a guy who's just a little bit before the Romantic period, but still gets lumped in for the Romantics, and that's William Blake. So, um, so the postings that I read this week, I didn't comment on them, but I have read most of them. Uh, they did show a good understanding of the prelude. So I was impressed by the analysis that some of you gave on that. One thing I do want to say about the discussion boards is that's not the place to write a paper, and it's certainly not a place to do any research and quote people. Um, the discussion boards, all you have to really do is answer the question, which in this case was, do you agree with this theory? And tell me why or why not. So this week, uh, you're going to take a look at the actual poetry of Wordsworth, and you're going to try to answer the question of whether his theory translates well into the poetry, right? Because theory is a good thing, but practice is oftentimes more important than the actual theory. So you're going to look at I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud and Ode, Intimations of Immortality, and then you're going to see how that theory applies. And then, of course, at the end, he's going to he's going to say at the end of the preface, he said that the reader will decide whether it's successful or not. So you will then try to answer that question as well. So answer the discussion questions, only answer the discussion questions. Don't give me a big long paper, because you will write a paper about either Samuel Taylor Coleridge or William Blake, whichever one you choose. Coleridge was a good friend of Wordsworth, and he published some of the poetry in lyrical ballads, including the one you're going to read this week, which is Rime of the Ancient Mariner. His poetic style is more about storytelling. It's about a grand adventure. If you've ever heard about people with an albatross around their neck, that comes from Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So there's that. And then William Blake is an interesting one. He was more of an artist than he was a poet. So he puts together this book about innocence, songs of innocence, and songs of experience. Songs of innocence is about childhood, and songs of experience is about adulthood. And songs of experience is a little bit darker than the songs of innocence. So you've got what he did in this book, or in these two books, was he wrote poems for songs of innocence, and then he wrote a different perspective of those very same poems in songs of experience. So for the lamb is a gentle creature. And that, of course, was in Songs of Innocence. And, of course, it's going to be about how God made the lamb. Then you've got the tiger. Now, do not say tigers are evil. I'm telling you, if you do that, you're going to fail the paper. So he is, however, ferocious. He's fearsome. He is a killing machine, but he's not evil. He's just a tiger, right? That's what tigers do. So then the question is asked, well, gosh, could the same God that created this gentle lamb also have created this ferocious tiger? So that's how a lot of his poetry works in that. And in the textbook, there are several others, like the Chimney Sweep and several other poems that are partners with each other, one showing, the childlike viewpoint, and then one showing the adult-like viewpoint. So I hope you enjoy all three of these authors, and I do look forward to seeing what it is you have to say about Wordsworth in the discussion, and then what you have to say about either Coleridge or Blake in the paper that you do have to write, and that one will be more of an analysis.